Hello and welcome to this, my Let's Play of Resident Evil 4, or For Resident Evil, as you can see the title says. There's a lot of reasons why I picked this game, but for now I'm just going to dive straight in. I'm going to pick normal difficulty because I'm kind of terrible.
Resident Evil 4.
I'm going to go with the normal costumes, because that's what the game looks like most of the times people play it. Although I think I do prefer the special costumes.
1998. I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella. The virus broke out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City, and hit the peaceful little town with a devastating blow crippling its very foundation. Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to sterilize Raccoon City. With the whole affair gone public, the United States government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes, Umbrella was finished.
I'm going to try not to interrupt cutscenes too much, but all of that is irrelevant.
6 years have passed since that horrendous incident.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like this music.
I received special training via a secret organization working under the direct control of the president. I was to assume the responsibility of protecting the new president's family.
Coño, why am I the one who always gets the short end of the stick?
Yo, who are you really? Come on and tell us. You are a long way from home, cowboy. You have my sympathies.
Guess that's a local's way of breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
I'm sure you boys didn't just tag along so we could sing Kumbaya together at some Boy Scout bonfire. Then again, maybe you did.
Oh, you crazy American. It's a direct order from the chief himself. I tell you, it's no picnic.
I'm counting on you guys.
Guy with glasses is pretty friendly, guy without glasses is a real asshole.
It was right before I was to take on my duties of protecting the president's daughter when she was abducted. That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely and rural part of Europe. According to our intelligence, there's reliable information about a sighting of a girl that looks very similar to the president's daughter. Apparently, she's being withheld by some unidentified group of people. Who would have thought that my first job would have been a rescue mission?
It's freezing. So cold all of a sudden. Must be my imagination.
I love that this guy has the exact same reaction that every single guard in every
Sorry
single
it took
stealth
so
game
long.
has. Oh, guess I'm crazy. Imagining things. And ultimately with much the same results as in something like Dishonored. Which is foreshadowing.
Just up ahead is the village.
I'll go and have a look around.
We'll stay and watch the car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right. Parking tickets.
Good luck.
Jeez. Who are these guys?
Did you say something?
hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
That's right. She's the daughter of the president. So try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this group is, they sure picked the wrong girl to kidnap.
I'll try to find some more information on my end as well.
Good. Talk to you later. Leon out.
So yeah, after 5 solid minutes of cutscenes, we're finally actually in the game. Also, these guys, they're still here.
Huh. Forget your makeup or something?
Oh, I guess they're both assholes. Fair enough. But,
Estás odiando. Get this over with, will you?
yeah, if you try and shoot them, they just tell you off and nothing happens. Also, can't go this way.
Not that way, cowboy.
So yeah, facing such strongly worded opposition, you really can't just go that way. So yeah, the very first thing you should do when you're playing this game is always shoot the crows, because like all the enemies in the game, the crows drop loot, and they always drop at least like 200 or 300 or something more valuable like that. So yeah. It's interesting to me that, you know, Leon does not insist that one of those guys goes with him, considering he apparently doesn't speak a word of Spanish, as we will soon discover. Whether or not this game actually takes place in Spain is kind of an interesting question, because I might be completely misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that the game's director stated it did not take place in any specific European country. However, everyone in it speaks Spanish. Or at the very least, the vast majority of the enemies do. And, you know, the police have Policia written on them, so...
Excuse me. Sir?
Hi, I just broke into your house. Excuse me, hello? Home invader. American.
I was wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Sorry to have bothered you.
Yeah, God forbid you bring a phrase book or something.
Freeze! I said freeze!
I mean, admittedly it's a bit of an overreaction, but, you know, did break into the guy's house and now you're just kind of cutting him open like a stuck pig. Wait, no. That's not right. Like a bled pig?
Shit.
Pressed in police, I guess.
Is everything okay?
There was a hostile local. I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to save the subject.
Understood.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the jurisdiction to summarily execute Spanish nationals. And I mean, that guy wasn't necessarily a threat, necessarily. He just kind of wanted you to back off. You know, didn't want you to mess with his skull collection. So, yeah. We're about... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we're about to murder some more Spanish peasants, armed with farm implements. So, you know. Interesting. No, now's not the time for that. See, that's why I'm not playing on the higher difficulties. Also, this will be important later, but notice how these guys have left corpses. I know. It's weird that they would leave corpses, as we all know. Everyone in the world just vanishes into muck when they die. It's extremely strange. But yeah, I have several questions about Leon's decision to go to lethal force. Like, he's a member of a secret American government organization, and he's on foreign soil. I'm pretty sure that he has no legal right to just shoot a guy, or several guys. Typewriters are the save points, so just in case we're going to save here, I'm going to overwrite that old game. Or not. I actually had a New Game Plus save, which is why the professional difficulty and the bonus costumes are unlocked, but I accidentally overwrote it, so yeah. Oh, that one dropped a grenade. Fantastic. Looks like a warning. Yeah, no shit, those are human skulls, my dude. So, this dog, I mean, I think it's supposed to be a dog rather than a wolf, because it's pretty small. It's a little bit pointless, I guess, but it serves a gameplay purpose, which is to warn you that there are bear traps all over this place. It's pretty much a 95% chance I will tread in one of them, because I'm, you know, bad at this game. But, Pueblo just means town, I think. It should be noted that I, like Leon, don't speak any Spanish. You'd think that the secret American government guy sent to rescue the president's daughter would at least be given a, like a primer or something, but, oh well. I could make disparaging comments about Americans and their willingness to learn other languages, but I will refrain. And also kick that guy. It's relatively important to try and conserve ammunition, so I'm going to be using the kicks and the knife quite a bunch. But, yeah. So, mechanically this game was quite a departure from the previous... can I get these guys? Yep. Which means that I can do this. Which is much more efficient, which is the important thing, efficiency. So, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, nasty. Some kind of terrible accident? We don't know that these guys are evil cultists or whatever, you know, we found some skulls, but, you know, every human that dies leaves a skull, so maybe that's just their burial tradition, you know, they get turned into a signpost. So I'm going to chalk this one up to bizarre agricultural action. Let me try that again. I'm gonna chalk it up to bizarre agricultural accident. There we go. It's worth noting that those guys, I've got plenty of time to shoot them, but I'm not allowed. And he's been pretty willing to just fucking murder people, so I say he as if it's not also me doing these things, but whatever. Case in point. So yeah, those three up on the ridge, they run off and warn the village. That's relevant, because in a moment we will see said village, and it will be full of people who try to kill us. Also a dead policeman, so... like, I mean, they do outnumber you, but you have a gun and none of them do, so it does feel a little bit unfair.
Leon, how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
Sorry to hear that.
I've murdered
I'm sending you a
16
playing
people.
manual. Hope you find it useful.
I'll take a look at it, thanks.
It's also super weird to me that they decided that the playing manual should be referenced by the characters. Why didn't they just call it, like, you know, I've sent you some operations guides or whatever. Read them at your leisure. They call it a playing manual. Is this a game to him? So yeah, that was the asshole cop, although they did both prove to be assholes. And the rest of these people are just going about their daily business in this tiny, tiny, horrible little town. So we're about to go into a one of the game's open combat encounters, where you've got an area that you can sort of run around. I don't think any of the later ones I don't think any of them will ever be as, like, large and detailed as this one. And, yeah. Not a single firearm. And, they decide to respond to the intruder by throwing shit at them, so... yes. Also, fun fact. Loads of them are carrying handgun ammunition. None of them have any handguns. In fact, there's only about 2 firearms in the entire game that you actually just find, rather than... Wow, there are like 4 guys in there. Good thing I brought this. Oh, fuck. Oh, dear, that was disastrous. So, I've learned an important lesson. You know, I've only played through this game... Am I playing on professional difficulty? I don't have... I thought you start with a shotgun. Maybe that's only on easy. Yeah, that was an interesting lesson to learn after having played through this game like 6 times since it came out in like 2005. I had like the original version on the GameCube, so... Ouch. Yeah, I had the original version on the GameCube, so I mean, like, I never completed it as a kid, but I have played it a bunch as an adult. There's a bunch of different phrases that they shout in this game, and it's all actual Spanish phrases. Very few of which I actually know, because I don't, as I said, know Spanish. But, yeah, so... In all that time, I never tried to throw a grenade through a shut window. I'm gonna have to keep moving, because, there's a mini-boss that they'll summon after a while. That's good. That is, there's 3 kinds of herbs in the game. Green, red, and yellow. Green heals you, yellow increases your max health, and red increases the effect of other herbs. I don't know if it increases the amount by which your health heals. Sorry, by which your maximum health is increased, but, so yeah, the big roundhouse kick is generally a good idea to abuse freely, because it's, it actually does an AoE of damage. That's area of effect, for those of you who have never played a video game before. Oh, that was close. You can pretty much cancel all of their animations by damaging them, so... You know. You just gotta be careful not to get, oh wow. Again, a bunch of people. So I'm actually gonna run over here and go hide in a house. These open area things are interesting because they have slightly deeper mechanics than you might expect.
Why are these people?
Which we will see some of in a moment.
What are they planning?
Ah, yeah, there's the mini-boss guy. If you hide in the house, they fetch him. And his chainsaw. I think he's actually a doctor. He has a doctorate and everything. His name is Dr. Marco? Something like that. But yeah, so, there's a few different buildings that you can run and hide in, and they all have various useful goodies. And several of them have things that you can shunt in front of doors, like that wardrobe. So you gain yourself a few seconds of reprieve to heal, or just catch your breath, or gather useful items. Such as this. The shotgun's one of the best weapons in the game, and we'll be using it the entire way through. So yeah, similarly to blocking doors and windows, you can, of course, also... Ouch. You can, of course, also, oh shit, there he is. So yeah, that's the end of this sequence. As soon as you start the town fight, a timer starts, and at set intervals, more guys arrive, and then at the end the bell rings and they all wander off.
Lord Sattler.
I think there's only about 6 enemy models in the game. It's 4 dudes and 2 women. I think of them as young man, dad, and granddad,
Where's
and
everyone
braces
going?
guy, which I guess I should
Bingo?
call uncle. Ha, yeah, wow, real clever. So yeah, I love the writing in this game. It's absurd.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news. I've confirmed the body of an officer.
Also, I murdered another
Something's
16
happened to
people.
the people here.
Leon, you need to get out of there. Look for a tower and follow the trail near it.
Got it.
I like that she says that as if the tower is not at pretty much the center of 4 different trails. So, yeah, frustratingly, if you go in the house earlier, you trigger the mini-boss sooner, which means you have a chance of actually killing him, and he drops some pretty valuable, well, he drops a valuable item. But that's pretty risky because he's quite hard to kill and he can kill you in 1 hit. So if you do manage that, then it's definitely worth it, but otherwise it's just not. So yeah, these large combat encounters imply a depth that is not exactly prevalent across the course of the game, to be honest. For most of the game, it actually is just a linear shooter. There's occasionally puzzles as well, but it implies that it has a greater depth than it does have, which is a really clumsy way of saying that. In fact, this is the only, I think, the only combat encounter in the game with, like, multiple locations that you can barricade or hide in. There's that one house I hid in. There's a couple of other houses that you can use to, like, scoot through and barricade and buy yourself some time. And of course you can climb up here in the tower, which seems like a really clever idea until you actually do it, because oh, I'll just hide at the top of this really tall ladder. That's a clever idea. But they have infinite Molotov cocktails, which is interesting because they don't, as I said, have they don't have many things really. These are not wealthy people. There's a bunch of items that you can just look at for flavor purposes. Yeah, see this this dresser you can push in front of that door over there. See, it's pretty much the only time in the game where there will be that kind of mechanical depth to the combat. Also takes 3 bullets to break that, or 3 kicks, or 1 knife. So somewhere around here is a typewriter, which I will be using to save my game, because typewriters being the device upon which your game is saved is a holdover from the earliest Resident Evil games, in which it was kind of... I mean, the very first one was just all set in one big old mansion, and I think the implication was that you were typing up incident reports and stuff as well as you went to later send back to your superiors. So, you know, if you die, there is a written record of what happened in this place. Which, you know, it makes sense. It's odd that you would do that with a typewriter rather than, say, a pen and paper. I mean, the first game takes place in, what, 1994? So, you know, even a Twin Peaks style voice recorder would not be beyond the pale. If you chase the chickens around, they sometimes lay eggs. That's not really got anything to do with anything. I just think it's cool. Yeah, wow, where is that typewriter? Maybe there isn't one. As I mentioned about it seeming to have more depth than it actually has, it's also worth noting that you can gently open doors quietly. Yeah, no shit, it does not sound like a refreshing drink at all. I like that they mention that one's nailed to the wall so that you can't block that window with it. But yeah, it's odd to me that a small farming community would have no guns and several grenades. Or 1 gun, I guess, technically, because there was that shotgun. Maybe they're all just huge fans of... Ah, shit, no, I can't make that joke because I can't remember his name. Oh well. This house is empty. Okay, no typewriter. Oh, I'm actually an idiot. I've remembered where the typewriter is. So yeah. None of that is really relevant or interesting. It's just a message to the villagers. So, yeah. I'm just going to run straight to the typewriter, which is in here, and I'm going to end this session. So, yeah. I should probably keep backups of my saves, so I'll be using lots of slots. But that's all for now. Unless I want to save again, I guess. Oh, see, now I'm second guessing myself. Okay, that's definitely oh, for heaven's sake. Okay, I've definitely saved. Alright, yep, okay, fine. Bye.